welcome back to the channel, Ashley's Oasis. Excuse me. Boy, a little raspy today. But I know it's been a minute. I haven't really done a face-to-face video. But as y'all know, there's just a lot going on in the world. I've been dealing with some things. But I'm okay. I'm in good spirits. Never better. Never gonna let anything hold me down or keep me down too long anyway. But in today's video, I wanted to go ahead and talk about transcending the BS that might come up and arise out of nowhere unexpectedly. And even if it is expected, we gotta learn how to push through this mess one way or the other. So, how do we transcend the BS? Well, we can do that by walking away whenever or wherever possible. We can choose to ignore it. We can choose to, just decide to give people what they've been asking for if they catch us on the wrong day. Tapping into your villain error, if you will, or villainous side, if that makes sense. Because I believe in everything there's a duality. So you get the good as well as you get the bad. Some people just like to remain on the good side as much as possible, or the peaceful side, and then others don't mind tapping into that, that, what's the phrase I can think of, the villainous side, or the demon mode, which I don't really like to throw that word out there too much, but yeah, you got some people who aren't above that, and sometimes it's called for, just to let people know that you're not playing, and that your meekness is not to be confused with weakness. Some other ways you could transcend it is by just avoiding negativity all in all. If you know there's a specific person that, anytime you go around them, it just triggers you, or they just never have nothing good to say, never have anything positive or uplifting to contribute to the conversations that you guys have, or they're just always essentially like trauma dumping on you, or they just really don't, connect with you unless they got stuff going on and they kind of want you to resolve their problems, but they can never seem to offer you any good advice on how to, keep going and stay positive. Then yeah, you might not want to hang around that person as much, or maybe even cut them off altogether. I'm not telling y'all what to do. Y'all grown, or at least I hope y'all grown watching this channel. Y'all can decide for yourselves if that's what's necessary for those particular relationships. And then also that can, avoiding negativity can also include certain spaces. If you frequent places where it's always just drama happening, like I'm so far removed from this type of lifestyle, but like clubbing and going to bars and concerts and stuff like that, if like anytime you go to stuff like that, just is nothing but negative shit happening or popping off, then yeah, that's probably a space that you need to avoid, to just protect your peace, to not always have yourself on high alert about everything. Because yeah, we live in a scary world, but at the end of the day, we still got to live, right? And just the biggest way to transcend a lot of that is to just avoid it wherever possible, or at least that's how I feel, me personally. Y'all can feel free to put down in the comments if you feel differently, or if you have some other recommendations that I may have missed in this video. So yeah, I kind of already touched on people and places. Another way you can transcend is by going within. So instead of lashing out or displaying whatever it is that you're feeling emotionally towards the world, you can choose to say, you know what? Anytime some fuck shit happen, I'm just going to double down on loving me. I'm just going to double down on meditating, on eating right, on exercising, on learning new skills, on, fortifying my business. I'm going to create something, or if you have a business, you can decide to use that ammunition to create a product. I know I get inspiration all the time with the things that I deal with and I face from life's adversities. And I oftentimes get inspiration to create like slogans or logos, or just sarcastic stuff for you know, for like t-shirts or stickers or whatever. And I just write it down. I keep it in my idea book. And I'm like, you know what? Bet. Instead of sitting here getting mad, raging out about whatever it is I'm upset about, I'm just going to double down on improving myself. And like I just stated, that can, come across in many different avenues and retrospects. And I definitely would encourage that. It's a good way to preserve the energy that you already have, and it's also a good way to show these individuals that no matter how hard they come at you, you're just going to go harder on being the best version of yourself. And ultimately, what they say, the best revenge is success, and in my opinion, I agree, because that's the best way to get over on your haters, so to speak, is to just boss up in their face and let them see actively that nothing that they did stopped you from accomplishing or achieving the goals that you set out for yourself. So yeah, you can always turn that energy back on yourself, because as we know, energy does not die. You can transmute it, you can send it out, but if it doesn't go to where you intended it to go, it's going to have to come back, whether that be good or bad. So keep that under your hat. I also want you guys to remember that the energies are lower than ever right now in the world. And we're seeing that in real time. There are just numerous areas that are drawing and vying for our attention. Some of these things want to keep us in fear. Some of these things want us to doubt. Some of these things want us to worry or fret about every little sneaky, freaky thing going on all around us. And it can be extremely overwhelming if you let it. This is why I'm encouraging you to go within and learn in whatever way that you choose to transcend it. You have to transmute all of this negative energy. Instead of looking at it like, oh God, woe is me, why is all this happening? You can instead say, you know what? I recognize that whatever's going on right now clearly needs to happen. So we're going to let it happen. But at the end of the day, I'm going to know that I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing for myself. I'm not going to let any of this stuff stop me. If it doesn't inherently impact me, I'm just going to keep going and keep moving on about my day. And that's what you got to do. The world will drain you of said energy that you have at every turn, whether that's, being in a confrontation with like just a random stranger at the grocery store for cutting you off in the line, or, of course, commuting to work, school, etc. People trying to cut you off in traffic or whatever. Like, it don't matter how they come at you, because these people just seem to have all of these box of tricks that they pull out to want to try to siphon your energy. But don't let it. Like, at the end of the day, if you need to record said interactions, record them. If you need to vent about it real quick, like get it out your system and then go back, recenter yourself, do that. Don't let that stuff stay on your mental and on your psyche. Learn how to put it into something positive, because I promise you, whenever, wherever, these people, these places, these things, news, media, social media outlets, all of this drama that seems to surround and encompass us on every in every facet of our lives, we have to remind ourselves that it too will pass, and that eventually the world is just, we have such short attention spans that eventually what's the concern and what's the issue today, tomorrow no one will even be thinking about it, because they'll be on to the next thing. So don't let it trip you up too much. Transcending all of this stuff just simply means that, you recognize it, you see it, you understand that it's happening, but you're still not going to let it impact you to the point where you stop and you become immobile, and that you become so scared that oh, I don't want to do this because I can't, because then you're not living. And no one wants that. Everyone deserves to live a life of peace and the pursuit of happiness, and deserves to have that peace of mind that wherever they go, that they know that they are safe. And if you don't feel safe, do the things that you feel like you need to do to make yourself feel safe. I know for me personally, I have adapted a couple of new things into my arsenal to help me feel safe. Arsenal may not have been the right word. Let me rephrase that. I have adapted some new tools in my collection that help me feel more safe. And it's not even from a standpoint like I'm looking over my shoulder, oh God, someone's out to get me everywhere I go, because I definitely don't feel and believe that 100% all the time. But for the stuff that, is inherent, like, yeah, you want to make sure that you have something to back up, your case if stuff ever needed to go that route. But people will try to vie at that attention, and you just got to learn that you're above it. Anyone that is trying to pull you down is unequivocally beneath you. So don't give them your energy. Don't let them siphon off of you, because that's all they want. They just want their hit from you, that good energy. What we reference them to is energy vampires, so that they can keep on going about living their miserable lives. But don't give them the satisfaction. It ain't worth it. So yeah, that's how I believe that we can all kind of work on transcending the BS and the things going on all around us, because Lord knows there's an endless supply of it in these times that we're living through. But you have to continue to trust yourself, love yourself, and don't let nothing break up your happiness. Don't let nothing stop what you got going on. Keep going. 2025 ain't even got started good yet, and we still got a long ways to go. So I hope, my phoenixes, I can continue to be here as a voice of encouragement, to help us refocus and recenter our minds on the things that are more positive, because I know even I've been falling into that trap of, again, giving more shine and light to the negative stuff going on than the positive on my channel, and that's totally not what I want. It just continues to happen that I keep having bad actors and imposters that continue to try to tap into my energy on a consistent basis. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I fall into the loop and the trap myself here and there, but I'm learning that this too will pass, and that ultimately I got to get back on with my regularly scheduled program. I can't stay stuck in this cycle that they're trying to keep me in. So and I recognize that it only is helping me build resilience, and I hope that it's helping you build resilience too. Like, you're stronger than you think, you're stronger than you know. And sometimes the biggest trials that we have are the unexpected ones, but you will get through. You will elevate above it all. Eventually you will come out the victor. But that's my message for today. Until next time, see ya.